Hello there, Dan the Weatherman here. Hey, welcome to my weather show. We take a look at the weather for New Zealand for the coming week, and it's going to be a quieter week. Still a lot of high pressure, but we look to the north for the tropics. Things starting to bubble up once again there, and you can see lots of bits of active cloud further north. The close-in view shows Australia here. We're sitting there. The yellow is the higher cloud streaming in, and I put the streamlines on just to show you where the oomph is. That's an upper trough. That little circle there is an area of high pressure, an upper ridge, which is just kind of cradling the system coming in. One lump of colour there, that's the developing tropical low, just sitting to the west of Fiji, could develop into a cyclone in the next 12 to 24 hours, and that bloke there, just sitting off the Queensland coast, that will probably drift its way towards the far north of Queensland in the next 24 to 48 hours. This one will slowly, as an upper trough, drift south and east. We will keep an eye on it to see how it engages with this zone of stronger winds, the westerlies, whether it's a trough, a ridge, because these move faster than those bits. So that's why the timing of these things is always a little bit precarious. But let's get into our weather first off, when you can see what is going on. And I put on in the mid-level of the atmosphere, there's lots and lots of warmth these days with our warming planet, the orange, the red, and you can just see how that oozes down. And that kind of cradles a lot of these upper troughs, the weather systems to come through. There's the one trough, there's another one there coming into parts of Australia. So we'll run it through. Where you see the bend like that, that's oomph in the atmosphere. One guy goes through. Here's the second one, a little bit of a cool, unstable air to slide through. Then we watch that feature and the warm tropical air around it. See how it does get closer to New Zealand, but depending on where the westerlies are, if they're pointing that way, it will keep it going away. If they're a bit weaker, it could break through. But at the moment, it looks like it'll probably stay to our north and the east, and maybe just some more swell to northern and eastern parts of the country. But of course, something to watch. This is Monday. High to the north and the east, a little guy there, a little bend of a front. Where you see blue, that is some showers. So really parts of the South Island will pick up some showers, and converging winds, you'll see a few. Northland, Auckland, here and there. So it is a showery day. Where's the wind coming from? For a lot of us, it's either a westerly flow, otherwise seeing temperatures where they should be for the time of year, some mid, maybe even upper 20s. But changes afoot. That system sitting to there gets closer for the course of Tuesday. This guy starts to really wind up and ramp up. Fiji sits there, Vanuatu there. It may just stay out to sea with just some of the heavier rain bands on that leading front affecting Fiji. Obviously the risk of some heavier downpours and flooding for them. The other guy then fades into parts of Queensland by Tuesday. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? And then a few showers to the north. Down south, you've got a few more to creep in for Tuesday. Wednesday, we go into a southwest change. So that's a cooler flow, big fat high. Look at this guy. That comes building in. That's really starting to wind itself up going through the middle part of the week. Churning south, if it does catch the flow, the steering flow, then it moves, of course, into slightly cooler waters of the tropical cyclone. We get a flow like that, so that's a cooler direction. Some eastern areas, maybe by the middle part of the week, you may be just struggling to get to 20, even lower 20s. Showers to some eastern areas. Further west, you aren't doing too bad for the middle part of the week. Thursday into Friday, you can see Friday, the high then builds in, but the flow is dragging air from here. That comes up that way. Onshore flow is showers to eastern parts of the North Island, but everywhere else, as the high builds in, you're probably going to have morning cloud, then looking pretty good. We'll be keeping an eye on this thing, and just the way the westerlies go, do expect this thing to change, so nothing is set in stone as far as things go. By the weekend, it could be there, it could be even closer, just something to watch. And again, it's how the westerlies steering, if they're like that or more like that, to keep that away as it churns its way towards us by the weekend. But at the moment, the weekend looks pretty good, but bear in mind, if that is close, there could be some increased swells from the churn of that thing sitting to our north. This week will be another dry week for parts of the country. This is rainfall. When of course, the tropical moisture from that thing, that could be its track. That, of course, is there, the eastern areas where you might get a little bit in the way of moisture, maybe 30 to 50 millimetres to parts of Gisborne over the course of the week, and by the end of the week, blue, not much. Auckland, Taranaki, upper South Island, so not great for the tanks. You could use some moisture. And then with this thing here trickling in, it's Fiordland and the far south, you could pick up 10, 20, maybe 30 millimetres. And this, of course, is down to the upper high, the warm air keeping us dry. And you can see, look at that surge of moisture there churning into northern parts of Australia. So it's a cooler week. We, of course, keep an eye on the tropics to see if those troublemakers come down towards us. But otherwise, things are quiet with showers here and there. That's the weather for now.